Well, today we're going to do another charging test because I got a comment in my last charging test. They were like, well, my Model 3 Performance charges better. I don't know. I'll do it again just to be sure. I really have no way of knowing if the Tesla supercharger is dispensing the right amount of power to the car. Why am I going 63 miles per hour? This FSD is really horrible at driving fast. It always slows down. I mentioned this in my last one. I do have the latest update. I have the ASS update currently. Right now I'm going 62. It's set on 70. The speed limit is wrong. I find that the speed limit on roads are more wrong than correct in the Tesla system. I should be able to go 70, 75 on this road, and I'm going 62. I have to continuously urge the car to speed up with the pedal, and then I got to 70 and it's still slowing down. Let's go back up to 70. Okay, stay right there. That's a video for another day. Today is charging test. So what we're doing today is I'm going to go to the nearest Flying J EVgo GM Energy spot, and that's in Sayre, about 60 miles from me. So we are headed up there right now. I'm about halfway there currently, and we're going to do a 10 to 80% is what we're going to do at this spot. I don't want to go down to 0% and go up to 100% again because that takes too long. But I feel we'll get a good idea if my speed is compromised in this car for some reason, or if that supercharger station was compromised, by going from 10 to 80%. Now I'm getting pretty bad watt hours per mile now. You can see we've been going 39 miles, 39 minutes, so I've had a pretty steady clip here, and we're getting 338 watt hours per mile. Now that's a little higher than what I've been getting on my lifetime average of 320, but we do have a 6 mile per hour north wind right now, and I'm going directly north, so I do have a slight wind I'm driving into. The driver attention system is actually very good in Tesla. I know I ding it because it irritates me that it goes off so much, but it has like hawk vision, and anytime you're not paying attention for just a few seconds, it dings you. I just got dinged. It said device in hand, which, okay, yeah. I mean, it's not wrong. I have a device in my hand, but honestly, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere with no other cars around me, with just cornfields all around, so if autopilot can't handle driving straight on this road without my 100% undivided attention. And I think what Tesla doesn't take into consideration is peripheral vision, because you can look down at your radio and still have like 30% of your attention on the road. I mean, you're not looking at the road, but if you were like going off the edge, or there was someone coming right at you, your peripheral vision would trigger and you would look, okay? I'll let y'all know if that happens or not. Let's get back on the road. You ready to get back on the road, Duck? Yeah. He's tired of being in the car already. So I'm still out here in the middle of nowhere doing loops. And obviously, because I'm driving away from where I'm going, I need to turn off FSD, because it will keep trying to redirect me back to where I'm supposed to be going, which is understandable because that's what it's supposed to do. So I've dropped it to basic auto steer here, and I thought about, because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, I'm gonna bump it up to 85 or 100 allegedly, just to burn some of the battery off. it won't let me go above 70. What is this? Is that a new normal auto steer restriction? Why can't I go faster than 70 out here on this 2-lane road? The speed limit's actually 75, I think. The speed limit here, I think, is wrong. Why can't I go? What's going on here? We made it to the Flying J with 10% battery, so we're gonna go get hooked up and start this test because Duck is ready for a walk. All right, so I got everything set up to do the charge recording, got a time-lapse camera going over there, got the screen recording going on Scan My Tesla. Now, one thing I didn't think about is I'm setting up Auto Charge Plus, so I'm gonna have to use the screen recording phone, so y'all are going to get to see that setup process. I'm going to switch over to the screen recording phone now to get the station started. Okay, so that's a big never mind on the setting it up right now. I will set up Auto Charge Plus before I leave, and it's a long story, but we'll go ahead and get the charging started with just my credit card here. Editor Crazypostman here. I'll go ahead and explain real quick what's going on. So I have the Sexy Buttons Commander in my car, and you can use the Scan My Tesla app with the Sexy Buttons Commander. When you do it that way, it connects via Wi-Fi, and obviously when you're connected to the Commander's Wi-Fi, there's no internet connection. So that makes my EVgo app not work and all of the other data on my phone not work. So I really don't like using Scan My Tesla with the Commander. I think I'm going to go ahead and install my old Bluetooth dongle for Scan My Tesla back in the car and do it the old-fashioned way, because connecting to it through Bluetooth doesn't cause any networking issues at all. All right, let's go ahead with this video. So we have to have this adapter here to make the charging work. All right, tap to start, plug in connector, and then authorize payment. So we will plug in the connector first, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay with a credit card. It says approved on the credit card screen. Payment has been authorized. Checking cable safety. So it is 12:18 currently. We'll see if it changes to 12:19 before it actually starts charging. Really, it doesn't matter because we can take the exact time off the unit here on charging time. So we're going to go from 10% to 80%. It just clicked on charging. It's 12:18 still. Should max out around 200 kilowatts. Of course, right now the voltage is kind of low because we came in with a 10% state of charge. Let's go over to the details. It gives a better screen. You can see currently we are getting 538 amps. And that's slowly starting to tick down, it looks like. If we were at a Tesla supercharger, it would have bumped up immediately to a high 600 amp area. So the charging curve is going to be a bit different at an EVgo station, but we're going to go ahead and track it and see what it is from 10 to 80% here at the GM Energy station in Sayre. You can see they're using the Huber-Schuner cables, and these are liquid cooled and fully capable of delivering full power. So Duck here is being a good boy. We'll probably go for a walk here in a second. You want to go for a walk? Yeah. So me and Duck here are going to go for a walk. I'll leave y'all with the time lapse, and I'll be back with you here in a little bit. here's what the site looks like. You can see they've rebranded it. This site was originally branded as Ultium and not GM Energy. So GM decided a few months ago that they didn't want to go with Ultium branded stations. They would just call it GM Energy, since it's a more recognizable name. Look at that devastation. That was perfectly clean before we started, because I washed my car yesterday and waxed it and buffed it. And that's what happens when you live out in Oklahoma. You get grasshopper devastation. So this is a really nice pull-through site. 4 cars can charge simultaneously. 2 of them at full power and 2 of them will have to split. There is an interesting choice here. The center space is only 1 lane. So for 2 people to share properly, you would have to stop halfway through. Both of y'all would get half this parking space, and really, I would have drawn a white line here in the middle, so that's more understandable. So if somebody has to park in the middle, they would know to only take up half the spot. It is very windy out here, guys, so if any of that's getting into the microphone, I do apologize. A nice full bucket of window cleaning solution and a really long stick. This is the pinnacle of what EV drivers want their charging stations to be. We got trash cans, we got window cleaning stuff, and most of all, we have a canopy. This is luxury at the finest for EV charging. Now, you are paying a pretty penny for this. I'm sure it's at least 50-something cents per kilowatt hour. Let's see here. Tap to start. Pricing. Hi, exactly 50 cents per kilowatt hour.
I just noticed while I'm editing this, it still says Ultium at the top of this machine, so they haven't rebranded the software yet.
That's not exactly cheap. But you know what? I think whoever paid for this site, EVgo, Flying J, Pilot, GM, I think they deserve a little bit more profit here because it is a premium site. Now, if you go to a Electrify America in a Walmart parking lot, I would consider that a discount site, and it should be priced accordingly. So most of the Walmart sites, they do not have the squeegees, they do not have the trash cans, and they don't have the canopies. But these GM Energy sites, they do. So premium. Duck is still happy over there. There is all kinds of duck slobber dripping down the side of the car. Yeah, you slobbering. I'll zoom in here and check this out while I'm standing here. We're up to 57%, and we are just about to drop below 100 kilowatts. So we are on the normal curve now. We are just about to drop below 100 kilowatts, and we are at 57%. This is where the Tesla dropped below 100 kilowatts on the supercharger. So I don't think that comment that said, well, my Tesla Model 3 Performance charges faster, I don't think that was a valid comment, but I'm glad we're here to prove it and to see how the charging curve is working. But we will continue on to 80%. We've been here for 16 minutes and we've made it up to about 58%.
Another thing that we're going to be able to compare is the charging price difference, because there is going to be one, since this is 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Going from 0 to 100% cost me $30.58. At Texas, I'm going to bet going from 10% to 80% is going to cost me more here. We'll see when it's all said and done, but I bet it costs more than $30 at this station. So we're just about to finish up here. We are at 78%. Been here 28 minutes and 34 seconds. So now you know 10% to 80% in a Tesla Model 3 performance is going to take you about 30 minutes. But we'll see what it actually ends up at here in just a few minutes. I do have the car set to automatically stop at 80%, but whether it does or doesn't, we will stop the test right at 80%. It'll probably linger on charging for a few seconds after it goes over 80%, and we're not going to count that in the official test here. There it was. And we are going to get the final tally here. It did just shut off right at 80% too. I don't know why it says 79, but it was at 79 for 30 seconds to a minute, so it was getting ready to switch to 80 anyway. So we'll call that right at 30 minutes for the Tesla to get to 80%. And it cost me $29.50, so I was wrong on my estimation. It was slightly cheaper to go 10 to 80% on the EVgo site, whereas on the Tesla site, I went 0 to 100. So we're gonna say done. Charge port just unlocked. We're gonna get that pulled out. Oh, I guess it didn't. Maybe the charge port locked. There. And we're gonna get my adapter removed. And we're gonna replace this cable. I'm gonna reset everything, and I will show you real quickly setting up Auto Charge Plus. So you joined me here on a screen recording. I hope there's not too much wind. I got my back to it as much as possible. We are gonna set up this Auto Charging Plus. So you can see Crazy's EV, my Model 3 going on up there. So select a charging station. Why are these not showing up on the list? Oh, make sure you have CCS combo filtered in. Okay, so now it's showing we are at charger 2, which is 18. Last used 5 minutes ago. We're going to say left side, enroll, and start charging. Plug in the adapter within 60 seconds. We're going to try to do this on the fly. Oh, you know what? I didn't tell my car it could charge more than 80%. Oh. I hope that was quick enough. All right, connecting to vehicle. Oh, that's the wrong phone. I have too many phones in my pocket. Enrolling in auto charge, it says. So we are charging here at 80%. Okay. Let's go over to the session details screen. So we'll just charge for a few minutes here just to make sure everything, make sure all the ducks line up. Not you, duck. I'm not talking about you, silly. He looked at me when I said that. Session information will load once the charger records and sends the data. So how Auto Charge Plus works, now the next time I charge at any EV... Session error. Something went wrong. Please try again. No idea what's happening here. Let's go ahead and close that and reopen it. An error occurred while opening the app. Retry. So I don't know if I actually enrolled or not. I keep getting a app error. I did get an email that says I successfully enrolled.
but the app seems to not want to load anymore. Seems EVgo app is the bed just as much as the Electrify America app. The app has completely took a dump. Make sure it's not my internet access here. Oh no, I have plenty of internet. So we'll go ahead and conclude this. The email I got does say I did successfully enroll in AutoCharge Plus before the EVgo app kind of crapped the bed there. So we'll go ahead and unplug, and next time I come to an EVgo or Pilot Flying J, any EVgo station really, all I have to do is plug in like at a Tesla supercharger. I wanted to show you this graph here at the end. Now you can see we started at 10% and it bounces up to full power pretty quickly, where it just slowly rises as the voltage goes up. And then about 26%, it just starts its slow, steady ramp down. Now I'm going to flash the Tesla charging session and the EVgo charging session back to back, and you're going to see that even though the Tesla peaks higher, they literally average out to the same thing. So we're looking at the Tesla charging curve from the exact same 10 to 80% slice. Now I'm going to flash in the EVgo. Okay, now we're looking at the EVgo charge curve. You can see it kind of just slants down the same way. Tesla, EVgo. Now they're going to bounce back and forth. Okay, that gave me a headache. Let's do this where they're both on top of each other here. You can see the Tesla starts higher and the EVgo starts lower, but they end up touching from about 50% to completion. They are on the same line. It really looks like this averages out. So let's hear y'all's opinions down in the comments. Do you think there's really a difference in the charging between Tesla superchargers and EVgo? Looks like it all averages out to me. So thanks for watching this charging experiment video. I will see y'all in the next one. So we just got back to the driveway. I just thought I would share this with everybody. Look at all this dog drool down the side of my car. That is a massive amount of drool coming from that little guy right there. Thanks a lot, Duck. He's just happy to be, oh, he's, well, happy to be back in his yard. Splattered on the window and like soaked down into the windowsill. It's just, wow. Wow. If the Tesla supercharger is dispensing the proper amount of car, I'm just going to try to navigate to a nearby supercenter. Supercenter? Are we going to Walmart? I got EA on my mind.